Hello and good morning. My name is Audrey and this is the Knit Song Podcast. This is my podcast about yarn dyeing, knitting, crochet, sewing, and all the crafty endeavors in my life. So welcome. Today is a darker, slightly more candlelit episode as it is about 5:30 or 6 in the morning and the sun is not up, but I am. So this week my evenings are pretty packed and I still wanted to say hello and get an episode out this week, and so I thought morning would be the best time to do that. So please excuse the lighting, it's a little atmospheric. Yeah, so good morning. Contact information, where you can find me. On Instagram, I knit a little song. On Ravelry, you can find me as katknitss. And on my website, you can find me as me, Audrey, at KnitSong.com. And drum roll announcement, yay! My Etsy shop for where I sell my hand-dyed yarn is officially open. Woohoo! So it happened. I did it. So that's been exciting and what I've been working on mostly the past couple weeks. So if you are an email subscriber to my email list on my website, you received an email a couple days ago saying it was open, and I did kind of a soft opening of the shop this weekend just to make sure everything was right, but just to give, and also to give my email subscribers like first pickings and just say thanks for wanting those updates. But everything's going smoothly and going great, so it is officially open. I'm so excited. On Etsy, I am KnitSongYarns, and that is all like one big word, just with a capital letter to each new word. So capital K, capital S, capital Y. There is a direct link to my, or will be by the end of the day, on my website at knitsong.com to the Etsy shop. So there are two ways to go. You can go straight to my website and click the link, or if you're already on Etsy, you can search KnitSongYarns as one word with capital letters in the beginning of the word. I know it sounds weird, but once you see it, it's like, it makes sense. Yes, so I'm so excited. A couple of my colorways have already sold out for this first update, but I'm going to repeat them in the future, so I'll show them today. And the item in the shop that I am most excited about, I'm so excited about, I feel like this was the yarn I was meant to dye. That sounds awfully dramatic. But the item that I'm most excited about is the Christmas at Downton Abbey Yarn Club, which is officially up for sale on my Etsy shop. So if you are a fan of Downton Abbey, or you just like old-fashioned Christmas stuff, if you are into like the Edwardian era, first of all, check out the show because it's really good. You have to get like past the first couple episodes. They're a little slow, but once you get to like episode 3, there's a lot of characters and it's kind of moving. So if you're a fan of the show or that era or just Christmas in general and you would like to be part of that yarn club, head on over to KnitSongYarns on Etsy and grab one of those limited spots. What the club will include is 2 full skeins of yarn and a stitch marker. Now, the yarns will be different, contrasting, but coordinating colors. So they will be inspired by the Christmas episodes, I won't say which one yet, of Downton Abbey, and I'm so excited. I just can't wait. I'm just super excited about it. So they will be non-repeatable. So I like the idea of clubs being a once-in-a-lifetime experience that we all share together. So I'm going to dye one for myself, and because I have to participate. So much fun. So one for myself and the spots, and one for all the spots that have sold. And it's going to be kind of a special shared thing that just we have. So it's not going to be repeated. These colorways won't go up in the shop later. They're kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience together. So I'm so excited to cozy up with the Crawley family and have some nice Christmas castons. That was my worst English accent. I apologize to everyone with beautiful British accents. I wish I had one, but I clearly can't do it very well, at least not at 6 in the morning. But I'm so excited about that. So if you're interested, head on over to KnitSongYarns at Etsy and join the club. So that will ship in early November. so that you will have time to receive it before December, long before December, hopefully. But you'll be able to receive it, and you'll be able to start your project and your Christmas cast on with your down yarn, and be able to enjoy the knit throughout the month of December. So I'm so excited. So it'll be fun. We'll create like a hashtag on Instagram for projects that are done with the yarn, and it'll be really fun just to share that. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, awesome. So yeah, that's kind of been what I've been up to this past week. Lots and lots of preparatory work and just getting all that ready. So it's been a very, very good week. So thank you so much for everybody who's already gone to the shop or is heading there now and showing support. And I'm just excited that I get to share what I love doing, and it's just so much fun. So thank you so much for participating and just showing so much love. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I do have some knitting content, and in the midst of all my computer work and shop updating and dyeing and all those things, I did have some time to do some knitting. Let me show you what I've been up to. And first, but not, oh wait, what should I show first? I'm going to show a new thing first. So this is a pattern that I am designing. This is not the pattern that I've been working on. I'm so close to I'm almost done with the free pattern that I'm going to be sending to all my email list subscribers. So if you'd like a free pattern, it's a shawl, and it's really fun, and it's super easy to knit, and it's great. I just love it. But I'll be showing pictures and announcing it super soon. But if you like that and you'd like to receive shop update emails and things like that, you can sign up for the email list at KnitSong.com, and I can just send that out to you as soon as it's ready. So that's that pattern, and this is not that. So I'm excited to show you. This is a pattern for fingerless gloves that I'm designing out of the lovely Tristan's yarn. Her name is Tristan, but it's Dragon Horde yarn. Beautiful, beautiful yarn, and a wonderful person. This is her out of her How Far I'll Go colorway, paired with her Patronus colorway. And if you have watched the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast, you have seen her. I think she showed us a pair of socks that she knit with this exact color combination a few episodes ago, and it was gorgeous. And I got a chance to meet Tristan and become friends, and she's just awesome. She's just a great knitting buddy, and so is Christy. And yeah, so it's been just so fun to get to know the local Utah podcasters that I've been able to get to know. Deborah and Emily of Meanwhile at the Castle are awesome. I finally got to meet Emily this week, and she's just wonderful. So yeah, there's a lot of cool knitters in Salt Lake. It's awesome. Anyway, first time I met Tristan, she was knitting those pair of socks, and I saw this color combination in person and just needed it myself. So look how beautiful these colorways go together. Oh, I love it. So this is How Far I'll Go and Patronus. And it's a fingerless glove pattern that I'm designing. So far it's pretty basic, but I'm going to do some detail work closer to the hand. Let me see. I'm using 2.25 Chow Goose and the magic loop method. So if you're familiar, you're probably a fan, or maybe you don't like it. But I love magic loop. Here's the loop that is supposed to be magical. But basically, it allows you to do things that you normally would have to use double pointed needles for, and do that on one long circular. So you treat it as one side, you have your needles out one way and the loop. And there are way good tutorials on it from Very Pink Knits, Knitting Expat. So if you're interested in that, I would look up their videos because they show you in beautiful detail how to use this method. But I'm going to slide it off. I'm going to leave that loop there just so I can try it on. But I'm designing these to be kind of snug, and I'm going to design them. My goal is to have a fingerless glove that goes up to about the knuckle line. And this is because my hands get so cold at my desk at work. My room is in our school. My room is one of the coldest in the whole school, which is awesome at this time of year, but not as fun in the winter months. Everyone envies my air conditioning right now, but then it balances out once November hits. So I, for the whole year, pretty much have cold hands while I'm typing at work, and so I need some warmth. So I think that is the inspiration for these gloves, but I'm so excited. And I just loved these two colorways together so much when I saw Tristan knitting on them. I was like, you know what, I would love to have a pair of something like that, but I wanted it to be something that I would see a lot because I like how it looks so much. And I love socks, and sock knitting is fun, but you don't get to really see your socks, and I wanted to look at these. So while I'm typing, I'll have my beautiful Dragon Horde yarn fingerless gloves that I'm working on. So when this pattern is done, this one probably won't be done as soon. I will release it probably on Ravelry, but I think I'm going to do some simple little fun techniques at the top just to give it some detail with these two colorways. Yeah, so more to come on this later, but those are super fun, and I'm so enjoying working with her yarn. It's gorgeous. So actually, also related to the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast, Christy released the Moving to the Country shawl about a month ago, I think, and I was part of that knit along, and I missed the deadline, and so then I just was sad about that, that I missed it, so I just kind of let that work in progress languish for a week, and then I picked it back up this week. I love her shawl pattern. I love it. It's a great shape. It's easy to knit, but it's interesting. It's not boring at all. It works up pretty fast. I haven't spent a ton of time on it, and I'm still getting somewhere, which is really nice if you're busy, and it's just beautiful. So I've been doing, whoopsies. So I am using these two colorways. So what I wanted, I talked about this I think last week, but I really wanted like a bold color with this. As soon as I'm done with this, I think I'm going to cast on another one in more traditional, like more traditional colors, if that makes sense. Less bold black pops of color and just something a little bit more soft and traditional. So this is what I'm doing, and this is my cookies and cream colorway, and this is my raspberry zebra cake colorway, and they're kind of fun together. And this is what I've got so far. Whoa, I'm running out of space. So sorry, it's early in the morning and just still waking up here. So here is what I've got so far. And I'm loving this knit, like I said, so much. But this is kind of what I've got. So it goes from the raspberry zebra cake to the cookies and cream, and then it's gonna melt or blend back in to the raspberry zebra cake. So here it's grown to the point, like I said, this is a super fast knit. It's grown pretty rapidly, and it's pretty big. So I wear a lot of black, like I mentioned last week. I think I'm repeating myself, pardon me. But I wear a lot of black, and I wear a fair amount of gray, and I like white. I don't wear a ton of it, but I do love white sweaters, especially in the winter. So I thought this would be just such a fun accessory to go with a lot of my colors, and I'm liking it a lot. It's kind of, I just like it a lot. So this is my Moving to the Country shawl. It's fun. You've got to try this pattern if you haven't yet. It's on Ravelry, and it's just a fun, fun, fun pattern. So I won't give any construction details away about it, but the techniques that she uses are really, really fun. And they're easy, but they pay off. You know, it's just really fun stuff. So I really enjoy this knit a lot. And I am knitting it on Chow Goos, of course, because they're my new favorites. But these are 5mm, and her pattern calls for something less. And so I think I'm up 2 needle sizes, and so it's going to be pretty lacy, but I don't know why I did that. I think it was because I already had all my 4mm and things being used, and I just couldn't wait to cast it on. But I'm really liking what I'm getting. It's really airy, It's going to be a really easy to wear accessory because it's not going to get too hot. But it's going to definitely add some warmth and color to my black coat and, you know, things in the winter that's coming. So yes, moving to the country, and hopefully I'll have some more progress on that one next week. So those are the two things that I've been knitting mostly, other than my secret pattern, which I know I feel like I keep saying that to you, and I'm so sorry, but I do want to keep it a secret until it's done, and then I can send it out. So those are the main things I've been knitting, but I've been doing a lot of dyeing and shop work, and so let me show you some of the things that I have dyed. So, I don't know exactly what my dyeing schedule is. The biggest thing that I'm planning for, obviously, is the Christmas at Downton Abbey Yarn Club. So that is definitely my next big priority to dye. And so my next like shop update that is just single skeins of, you know, things that I've dyed, I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be. So some of these have sold out. I have a couple more of a few of them, but I wanted to show them and yeah, just show you what I've been up to. So yes, my first new colorway that I did, I love this one so much. I can't wait to dye this again. This is Baby Elephant. Oh, I love it. It's so sweet. It just reminds me of a baby elephant. It's very, very pale grays and just a little bit of speckling and super blush pinks. So it's very, very subtle and gentle, but even from a distance you can tell it's definitely not white, it's not gray, it's just intriguing, but in a really subtle way. So it's got some extra speckle, it's got some interest there, but it's blush and light grays, and I just adore it. So this is called Baby Elephant. This one's a fun one. And then this one I think I've showed before, but I might not have. This is Siren Song, and it's blues and greens and purples, and it's inspired by my desire to live underwater. Ever since I was little, I've been fascinated with mermaids and just the ocean and orcas, and I just love the ocean, and so that's where this inspiration came from. And oh, Glacier. This one's fun, and so it's got some lavenders, turquoises, darker blues. Again, this episode with the sun not being out is not helping me show these, but that is all right. So this one is Glacier. This one was really popular, and everyone that I have shown this to, or yeah, has really enjoyed this one, and I love this one. This is Telegraph Avenue. This is reskeined. I had shown it previously not reskeined, and this is one that has been reskeined. And it's just wild colors. Pinks, purples, yellows. And then I wanted to try something a little different, and so this is the darker side of Telegraph Avenue. So this is similar, but just a little bit more intense and darker. So the Telegraph Avenue people. Oh, I didn't take these down. This is my Cookies and Cream colorway that I just showed in the Moving to the Country shawl. And this is the Raspberry Zebra Cake. It makes me hungry just saying that name. And I think these are both still available in the shop. I think there's some of those. So anyway, I have been having so much fun dyeing yarn, and that's kind of just what I've been up to. So those are the colorways that I put in the shop. Here's another one. I don't think I listed this colorway yet, but this one's going to be coming. This is called Sweetgrass, and it's got greens and blues, but it's kind of this grassy green color. And it's kind of got almost hints of a yellow green, and then a little bit more hints of blue, but mostly just a grassy green. So that's a fun one too. So that's what I've been up to in the dyeing world. I think that's all I've dyed this past session, since the last time we spoke. One thing that I did get to do, I got to go to another knit night with my friends that I mentioned earlier, and I got to meet some new ladies, some new knitters, and it was so much fun. And when I was at knit night, I happened to buy some yarn, and some yarn caught my eye. And it's not the kind of thing that I've been buying lately. It's not indie dyed, it's not hand dyed, it's not fingering weight. Well, no, it's DK. But I saw this baby yarn and I just had to have it. So this is Dream Baby DK Paint Pot, and it's 50% acrylic and 50% nylon. And machine wash, gentle cycle, tumble dry at low, so you can use it for babies. And I think I want to knit something for my baby nephew out of this, but he's growing so fast. I don't know if he's already outgrown baby blue. So anyway, but I saw this and I just had to have it. They showed a knit sample of it, and the way that these colors kind of space themselves out is like not self-patterning, kind of self-patterning. It's pretty cool. And I just had to have it. So that has been something that I've got in the past week. And am I forgetting anything? No, I think I'm all set with yarn stuff. Now, I have a little bit of a sewing segment to share with you. As you know, I've been working on the Rockabilly dress by Gretchen Hirsch in her Ultimate Dress Book, sewing book, and here's what I've got so far. I'm going to move over my mannequin here, and here I'm going to take off my finished object. This is my green shawl that I designed and knit. Yay! I'll take a moment to give it one more moment of glory. Huzzah! Anyway, I guess I'm feeling silly in the mornings. Moving along. So, this is what I've got so far. I'm sorry, let me just adjust myself here. Okay, so what we've got is a 99% finished dress. I have not pressed this, so I apologize for the wrinkles. But I've got a bodice that pretty much fits. It's got a little bit of space in it. When I dyed, I didn't dye this. This fabric is by Gretchen Hirsch, and it's got a border of roses on it, and it's gorgeous. So where do I start? I have, I did a muslin, and just white muslin cotton or whatever that muslin, maybe that's the fabric. So I did like a mock-up of it, and it fit perfectly, but it was very snug. And this is something that I want to be comfortable in to wear to work, and I don't feel comfortable teaching in super tight garments, so I wanted to add a little bit of ease and room to the pattern, so I did. I might have added a touch too much, but I think I'm going to leave it because I have pre-washed this cotton, but I'm going to wear it a couple times before I take in anything on the sides because I like to have a little space. So I think I've got a bodice that feels really comfortable. I'm also short, so I had to move the darts down. So instead of the darts being about this length, this long, the length got shortened. I left the side ones the same. And then you can see there is a pleated skirt that I have not pressed out yet, but that went well. I was originally going to do some of the smaller rose border on the sleeves, but I did not do it because when I added it on, it just did not flatter me when I tried it on to have that extra color on my arms. So I went back to just the plain cap sleeve, and that fits well, and that's done. So I need a final press, and then the majority of the dress is done. What I still need to do is my hem. I've done a guide stitch around for a simple hem. I'm just doing a super easy turn under hem. I think it's called a rolled hem. I don't know. Basically, I'm just following the type of hem that Gretchen Hirsch did on her gathered skirt tutorial. I can't think of what the type of hem is called, but it's simple. You stitch a guide stitch. Can't really see it. There it is. I'm doing it in white because I want to be able to see it since it's my first one. But you do a guide stitch and then you turn that under so where the guide stitch is not showing on the right side, and then you do a simple stitch around that. And I will do that with probably the dark pink yarn so that it doesn't show. Once I hem it, I have one more thing to do, which is to officially sew in. Now you can see, beginning seamstress here, my collar doesn't perfectly match, but with a good pressing it'll match more. It's good enough to wear. I have long hair, it'll cover it, it won't show. But I need to tuck in the zipper tape because it is not sewn down, it's just folded. So I need to tie, my word. I need to sew that down, and then I will have a finished dress. So I'm so excited. I have a weird goal, and that weird goal is that by picture day at our school, I will have this ready and I'm going to wear a dress that I made on picture day. Now, I don't get excited about school pictures anymore because I'm not a student, and you know, they're basically for my teacher badge at this point. But just having the goal and knowing that when I look back at that teacher badge that I'll be in a dress that I made this year, that is a new thing that I've accomplished as far as being able to sew a dress that I'd be willing to wear in public and do it well enough that I feel comfortable about wearing it, even if it's not perfect. Yeah, so I just think that would be like a cool thing, like a cool memento to have, is a teacher badge with me in my first like real handmade garment. So that's my goal. So I only have a few days to do that because picture day is coming. So hopefully tonight I can get this hem rolled and zipper tucked in and I can press it out nice and then wear it. I will definitely post some Instagram pictures of me in the dress, and yeah, I'm so excited because this is finally almost done, and you can see the gorgeous pattern, the gorgeous fabric that she created. So it's so fun. It's kind of retro, and I love that. I love old-fashioned things. And oops, I've got my yarn all tangled up, so I'm just going to leave that there. But yeah, so I think that is going to be really rewarding to wear, and I'm so excited. Yeah, very excited about that. So I'm going to have some coffee, because it's so early, in my nice Snowbird mug. Snowbird is a ski and snowboard resort in Utah that we've gone to. And no, I don't ski and I don't snowboard, but I love snow and I like having hot chocolate in the lounge and watching all the people swoosh down the hill. It's really fun. So, maybe I'll ski in the future. Who knows? You know, one thing that we have done since we moved to Utah, our winter sport of choice so far, we have gotten into snow. I feel like I got really far away. We have gotten into snowshoeing. Snowshoeing is awesome. It's just so fun. So that is something I look forward to doing when we get some snow back. It's finally started to cool down here. And by cool down, I mean it's 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's still warm, but it was so hot the past couple weeks. So looking forward to that fall weather. I really am. So I'm going to move into my knitting health and kind of my knitting, just knitting health segment. So as you know, I've struggled with hand and wrist issues just from my tension and from the fact that I also play piano all the time and I type, and basically everything I do uses fine motor skills in my hands. So I have been on a journey, on a path to find ways to preserve my, functional hand use and be able to do the things I love. So one thing that I have really found successful the past week, I have been trying to do more of this every time I knit, and it's been great. First thing, and I might have mentioned this before, but this is a couple weeks later, and I'm seeing even more results from it. So it's really good. When I hold my needles, I have not thought that I hold them tight. I thought that my grip wasn't very tight on them. But then I challenged that belief and I thought, well, maybe, how loose can I hold them? Like, what's the least amount of muscle use I can knit with? And so I've actually been trying to knit just having the most relaxed hands possible and almost just see what's the bare minimum tension that I can do. I thought that this would make my yarn gauge a lot bigger, because if you're just like really loosey-goosey, I figured it's going to make it a lot looser. Well, it hasn't made it a lot looser, and it's made my hands last so much longer. So just a fun thing for your knitting or your crocheting this week is just while you're knitting or crocheting, just see how much you can relax your hands while you do that, and your arms and your neck and everything, and just see find the most relaxed position possible. And that has been really rewarding because I can knit for longer that way. And I found that even though I didn't classify myself as a tight knitter, I didn't think I was a real tense knitter. Apparently I was tenser than I thought because there was room to dial it back and knit and crochet a little bit more relaxed. I did do some crocheting this week. I added another stripe to my granny stripe blanket, but it's just one stripe, so I'll add a couple more stripes and then show it in a few weeks. But it works for crocheting too. It was just kind of that whole thing of being aware of myself, aware of my hands, aware of my muscles, aware of my posture, and just trying to find the most relaxed position. And I was shocked how little I could be working my hands and how little tension I could actually still move the yarn and the needles with. It doesn't take a lot of strength or grip. And so that's been just retraining myself, and it's been super helpful. Another thing for those of you that play piano and knit is I have been much more diligent about stretching and warming up before I play. That sounds really basic, but as I mentioned, my classroom is very cold, and if I just walk over to the piano and start playing and expecting my hands to be able to do that, I tend to have a rough day the next day and can't really knit, or don't want to push it. You know, it's not that I can't, it's that I feel some tension and I don't want to mess with it. So I've been more diligent about stretching and warming up. Another reason the fingerless gloves are going to happen is because when your hands are warm, it's a lot easier to get that circulation and that blood flowing and stretch things out. So that's kind of been a huge, so simple, but like this huge revelation in my knitting life. It's been really interesting how tightly I grip the needles when I didn't think I was a tense knitter. Now, this has also shown me that I grip things really tight in the kitchen. When I'm cooking, when I'm picking a bowl out of the cabinet, when I'm opening things, like I think I apply a lot of extra tension. And so I've been even becoming more aware of it in other areas. It's like, I really don't need to grip the stirring spoon that hard. Like, oh, like I don't need to lift that pot or pan that tensely, you know, like it's just funny how these little everyday things all add up, of course, which makes sense. But I wasn't even aware of, you know, that I had a tighter grip than I thought. So that's my 2 cents for this week's knitting health, is just see if you can, you know how people say get a grip? Try the opposite. Let's get less of a grip and see how much we can do. So I don't know, even if you don't think you're someone who hangs on tight to those needles, give it a shot and let me know what you think. So anyway, that's kind of my advice for the week, or what helped me this week with that. So yeah, I think that's almost all I have to share. Again, I wanted to say thank you so much to our new subscribers, and hello and welcome. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the episode. Hi, and welcome back to returning people, viewers, and subscribers. And if this is your first time watching and you made it this far with this darkly lit candlelight morning video, thanks. So yeah, feel free to leave any comments and discussion, or just say hi and introduce yourself in the comments below. I'll leave my contact info and the things that I mentioned in the description box as well. And I hope you have a really awesome week. I wish you all the best, and thanks so much for hanging out with me, and have a wonderful creative week. Bye!